I am ready to talk about sex.
I read it on some fake
Why
news
are
website.
you Googling this stuff,
I didn't go, it
Sonia?
just popped up, okay? I don't
Jeremy,
know. I don't know.
I am telling you, she's feeling some.
Welcome to another episode of Men Explain, where I bring my man friends into the space and really grill them, because we know that there's differences in the way that men and women think. Today's episode, we are talking about intimacy in a relationship. How important is that? And to address this is Dew.
The number one sex game man on YouTube in Singapore. Everything sex, invite me, fam. I got everything for you. Advice. That's all.
That's all. Clearly, Dew and I may have many differing opinions. I'm really not so sure.
I don't think so.
I really don't think so.
I really don't think so.
We're gonna dive straight into it right now.
Yes.
What comes first? Relationships or sex?
Sex! No, relax.
Get me out of here! We're talking relationships first or sex. And it means if you are about to get into a serious relationship, if you feel like this girl, this person is something that, hey, I think there's really some potential here. Do you think that sex might ruin it? Just gonna kick it off with
Oh,
that.
100%. 100%.
Really?
Okay, if you ask me maybe 7 years ago, I would say sex first.
Okay.
But now I would say relationship first.
Ah, see, this is a side to Dew that we want.
Okay, two sides, right? Number one, I feel like, no, I've been there where the sex comes first.
Yeah.
And then the entire relationship is based on lust.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And you know, in some relationships where you're about to break up, you will have a but.
Okay.
Oh, okay, okay, this person is this, but. And if it starts with sex, and if the sex is great and everything, the but will be, oh my god, but he's so good in bed.
If it goes bad, in terms of your relationship, you got too many things you don't agree on, you just don't see it happening anymore.
Okay.
All that, right, overpowers whether or not the intimacy is good. So you can be super good in the beginning and everything's so fun and everything, but when the real life stuff hits and I feel like I really can't do life with this person, I may not even feel sexually attracted to that person anymore.
I never had an experience where I'm sticking in a relationship just because for sex. So I never had an experience. But I have friends who are like that. So for example, shit hits the fan and everything, they will pretend or they will find a very quick solution to fix the problem or just on the surface kind, just so that they can have sex again.
For real?
Really.
Okay.
This is younger days type thing.
Okay.
But now it's ridiculous. And also, I feel like sex will get great in if it sucks at the start, give it 2 months to it's gonna rock.
Is it?
It's gonna rock.
From your training or what?
No,
your
but
advice?
from the emotional connection.
Okay, true.
From the communication, what I like, what you don't like what you want me to do, what your kinks and all this conversation will happen in a serious relationship. So even if the sex sucks at the first time you're gonna do it, it's gonna rock the next time. Yeah.
On the flip side, I also have friends who can just live on one night stands. They just don't care for a relationship. They just want the physical intimacy, but they don't want everything that comes.
But one night
all the
stand,
problems that come with a relationship, as they say.
one night stand got physical intimacy, meh?
Is that not considered physical intimacy to you?
No. Okay, the word intimacy is there's a connection, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being intimate with you.
So one night stand is not intimacy?
It's not at all. What the hell?
It?
It's
Okay, what's your definition then?
of
it's
intimacy.
It's your definition of intimacy. I find one night stand you're already intimate with someone, no?
Okay, no, that makes sense also. But
mentally you're not connected.
yeah,
Or
mentally, of course.
emotionally you're not
How to
connected.
connect? We've been drinking, man.
Okay, yes, true. So you're in an altered state and that's not considered emotional intimacy to you.
No lah. How much can I know about you in
Nothing
in 4 hours?
Nothing.
Or maybe exactly, right? So what intimacy is there? Girl, sometimes it can go as raunchy as Hotel 81 type thing, no? What intimacy?
Wow. Okay, I have not been in that position before. Of Hotel 81.
I've never done a one night stand and I wake up, I'm like, oh my god, I love this girl. No, man.
Hold on, but on the other end, does she develop feelings for you? Have you been in a position where one night stand and then maybe you don't feel anything about it, but then she goes hey, you want to catch up again, or do you want to meet? And then she starts to develop some feelings. Because I feel like this is where most people think men and women have a difference in, that women create more emotional connections faster than men.
Yeah, I mean, because they have more to lose lah.
Perhaps.
Right. Like I feel like in general topic like body count for women is more important than for men.
It's not considered a flex, lah. For men, it's like like you know.
Yeah.
A woman's like, okay, maybe I won't really want to say.
Yeah, and men talk, right? Like when we are boys, we talk shit lah basically. And if let's say this girl has a very high body count and my bro is trying for her, then the word on the street is Tiana,
Word on the street, man.
Yeah, word on the street will be like, yeah, this one.
Wait, so I take you back to my question earlier on. Has a girl ever, developed?
Oh yes.
And what happened there? Tell me the story.
I had one experience where the girl, okay, maybe she's very conservative or anything, whatever it is, right? But she agreed to it. So when she started to fall in love, not say fall in love, she
developed
feelings. Like she felt like she gave something to me, and she did, right? I started just ignoring her. But I mean, of course, okay, not in a sense where I ghost,
Yeah.
Like I tried to make sense out of it.
Yeah.
Like I tried to tell her like, yo, like this is not what you want, right? Because like first night we meet, we have sex, and then like it can't be a relationship. Like even if it becomes a relationship, like the getting to know each other part is like it won't be as special as if we don't have sex.
So I'm looking back right now at my I'm a serial relationship hopper. I end up in long-term relationships.
Okay.
So coincidentally, 3 of my serious boyfriends actually we started off with
sex
on the first night, on the first time that we went out, and it became a long-term relationship.
Okay, was it
like of at least 2-3 years?
Okay, because of you or because of him?
Both ways. Okay, to be honest, I think I'm a little bit like a guy. So I don't really initiate anything very much. Like in terms of like following up or just, I don't know if it's like playing the game last time or whatever.
No, it's just single child syndrome again.
Hey, okay, we're back to this single child thing. So I'm just like, okay, we'll see like if he responds, anything, or if he follows up, and usually he does, and then I'm just like, okay, then we go out, and then things happen, right? It was something that I thought, hey, maybe it's not always the case where if you have sex on the first date, that means it's ruined forever. I always tell
Okay, but did the relationship come with a lot of problems?
But the problems may not be because of that though.
You know, like how the first, like maybe 1 year or 2 years of relationship, you guys will fight a lot. Right? Because you're getting to know each other, right?
Yes.
But I feel, in my opinion, because we already have sex, again, like, let's stop fighting, let's just because we already got it over and done with.
Just like that's a problem solver.
Yeah.
Okay, but as a guy, does that work for you? If you like fighting and she's like,
I think
I'm just gonna, you're like, oh, okay, then end of fight.
I think for all guys, at some point, it works for us. Because like, arguing with a woman is just a headache, right?
Because especially you'll never win.
No, you. I'm a very logical arguer.
Okay.
So if it's illogical, don't argue with me. Like you go and process it first.
Okay.
Think about it. Like write me point forms. Then I will argue with you.
I understand. Yeah, this is what my partner does as well. He needs it to be written down like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, exactly. And then we will understand. But sometimes when it's like an emotional battle, right? Like, oh my god, you don't understand how I feel. Yeah, bitch, because you're not telling me, right? And then, but in my head, I'm like, I don't have this argument anymore. I wish you would say, let's just fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's only one thought in most of the guys' heads.
No, it's some men. Some men.
So then, when it comes down to physical intimacy, do you think that it should just be reserved for exclusively your romantic partner?
Of course lah.
Of course. No, wait, hear me out here. Okay, hear me out. So I've had a friend, right, who was in a situation for quite a bit of time. Long-term boyfriend, okay, foresees herself settling down with him. Kind of ran into a situation with a guy, situationship, okay. Didn't expect to meet another person like so late into her relationship, so long into her relationship already. She's like, oh, I'm settled, I'm gonna settle down. Met this other guy that happened to rock her world, I guess, you know.
Bigger dick, 100%.
And in the process of that, she was like, it's funny because I enjoy the intimacy with this new guy so much, but I don't foresee myself marrying him or seeing a future with him.
Yeah.
I still love my own partner very much. How do I explain, like, I can compartmentalize this relationship that I want and this guy that I'm just like having fun with?
I had a conversation with my friend about this also before. Recently, actually, I don't know why.
Okay.
because we know of woman, of this girl who's cheating.
Okay.
Right? And this girl's married.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my friend said, my friend's also married.
Okay.
Then she was like, hey, we will never leave our husbands. It's stupid.
Oh.
Yeah, like we know. Like whatever relationship we have with our husband, right, it still stays.
Okay.
Like this is this. Like the compartmentalizing comes with maturity. Women will never leave their husbands or never leave a stable relationship for a fuck. They will just fuck.
So where does it end? Like you just continue?
Yeah, here's the thing about love.
Yeah.
I feel
I'm listening.
like love, like it won't last forever, right? And this kind of things is faithfulness and like commitment, right? And at some point the commitment will run out for a bit. And usually when this type of people like go out and sleep with other people, it's their coping mechanism.
Actually, I read somewhere that our private parts get tired of each other.
What the f?
Really, no, search it up, okay? Search it up.
What's
I
this?
swear.
Wet MD
I swear to God, like your private parts actually get too familiar with each other and you get tired of each other. So you either like find a way to spice it up.
Who's controlling the private part?
Your brain lah. Yeah.
Why are you googling this stuff,
I didn't
Sonia?
go, it just popped up, okay? I don't
Jeremy,
know. I don't know.
I am telling you, she's feeling some.
So then if your partner, if you were to be seeing someone, if your partner says like, what if we just take this week off and explore other, people?
Ooh.
But I still want to be with you. But I'm just,
Will I agree? Yeah.
Will you agree?
I mean, if I have a sneaky link there, then yeah, I will like, okay, yeah. But if 1 week, for men harder to find than for women, ma.
Really?
Yeah.
You just
Like let's say we go to a club.
go to club. Yeah.
Who gets to go back with someone first? It will be the woman lah, not the guy lah. Again, if me and her go to a club and she goes out to any guy and like, yo,
they will immediately be like, okay.
Yeah, but for me, if I go up to a girl and like, oh, can I slap?
Yeah. Speaking from experience, perhaps.
I never do that.
It's quite interesting how we both think of it very differently. Because in our minds sometimes, we just see guys going to the club, it's very easy for them. Like just,
No lah, I mean unless you're Benjamin King looking, I feel like that one easy.
And on the next episode, we bring Benjamin King in. So hypothetical question here, since we're on the topic of one-night stands, hooking out at the clubs and everything. If it was bad the first time, but you're like, wow, this girl is really pretty. I can really chat with her, even in your drunken haze, you can really have a conversation. But the sex was bad the first time. Will you still give it a chance to get to know this person?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Like, I'm a strong believer of like, you cannot judge sex on the first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like from this kind of situation.
What you are familiar with is what you have been doing, right? Even for the girls, right? So how can the first time be good when I just know you for 2 hours?
What would you do if you were in a long-term relationship? The sex kind of died off a little, but you know that there's something there with this girl. Like, you know that there's a future with this person. How would you approach this topic with her?
I've never had that experience because like...
You've never?
Yeah,
because your relationship doesn't last past 2 months.
I had a long-term relationship.
Okay.
There are ways, right? So my friends who are in like marriages and everything, they do like what couples would do in their younger age, like they will sneak for example, like now Jeremy's at work and then suddenly you send a 1-second photo at like 3 p.m. after lunch. They are committed to constantly tease their partner like on a weekly or even like sometimes even on a daily.
To maintain this level of intimacy.
Yeah.
So it has to be a choice that you make. Like that, I need to make a choice to make this happen. Because I know some people have been in relationships for like 8-9 years, right? And they're just bored. They're just like an old couple now.
Firstly, both of y'all need to try to stay hot. Right?
Yeah.
Like, go work out. Like, you all really need to constantly smell nice, look nice, whatever it is, right? And then you constantly stay attracted to each other, right? But they're like, if you go work out together,
the endorphins or whatever, chemicals.
The libido will come. Like, dude, it will come on.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So before we wrap things up, I think just a question to you here. How can a couple or people in a relationship then ensure that they are both on the same page in regards to sexual and emotional needs? How do you make sure that you're on the same page?
Communication.
I was going to say that, yeah.
How does this person know if you don't tell them?
Because for some people, right, like they just expect you to read the room.
If let's say I enter a room and I want to like have sex with my girlfriend or my wife, and apparently I didn't read the room correctly, like men will really feel like shit, you know.
Oh.
You know, like, oh my god, what did I do wrong?
Right.
Like, did I say something wrong to you or whatever? Just tell your partner, like, yo, I just want to have sex 5 times a week. Okay.
So set the expectation, basically.
Yeah.
The expectations.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this conversation should only come like maybe 2.5 years into your relationship.
Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, comment, ask Do anything in the comment section. I'm sure he will reply. See you next time. When we're doing HIIT workouts, for example, he'll be like, we're supposed to be doing high knees, not low knees. You know, that kind of
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
so
you
I
need to
really
tell
rather
him, babe,
not
if you
work
want me to suck your dick after this, you better talk to me nicely.
Okay, is it?
I'm telling you, then he'll be like, that is a high knee.
I think he might be watching this right now, just face palming and cringing.